Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Billy, and last night was crazy. Last night was absolutely insane. So I lay down to take a nap, a little tiny nap. It was gonna be like an hour, and then right before I actually went to sleep, I was like, man, you know what? PKA is in half an hour. So I changed my alarm clock, and I wake up after half an hour of napping instead of an hour, like I had planned. And I get to my computer. I'm like, all right, time to watch some PKA. Like usual, they were late. Big deal. So I'm watching it for 5 minutes or so, however long, I don't know. They had like this intro song thing. And then all of a sudden, I hear someone's like, Wings, is that your guy? And then Foreign, my good friend, The Foreign, who you guys from my channel probably have seen 2v Tuesdays. I do videos with him all the time. He's on fucking PKA, right? Which is so weird, because he's been making these emblems lately on YouTube, and Wings is like, hey man, can you make one of those for me? And so he's like, yeah, and then it got him onto PKA, which is amazing. And his channel's just on fire because of it. He's got he just broke 1,200 subs, which he was at 900 or so before I went on PKA, so he gained a couple hundred subs from it, a little bit more than that. Insane, absolutely crazy. Didn't think that was going to be happening. So that was a little strange, and I'm not gonna say that I saved the show, because Woody always screws up the audio on PKA, and you could only hear him and couldn't hear anybody else in the show. But I texted Foreign, I'm like, Foreign, we can only hear Woody, and he's like, got it, told him. And so I'm not gonna say that I single-handedly am the reason that the show went on, but you know, wink wink, you know, I'm not the reason. Am I right? a little bit facetious there, I suppose. But it was nuts. I didn't think that Foreign was going to be on the show. I knew that these emblems that he's been doing have been very, very good for his channel, which is fantastic. It's great, and I feel like maybe, you know, I gave him at least a little bit of influence on some of the things, because we do that for each other. We give each other input on each other's videos and things we should do. And I said, hey man, Woody was looking for an emblem. This was a few days ago. And so Foreign's like, alright, I'll definitely give it a shot. I'll make Woody an emblem, and he made a really good one. And then from there he made Machinima, which was what Wings saw, and Wings wanted one. And one thing led to another, and then before you knew it, they were very close to each other, and things got a little bit steamy, and Foreign got on PKA. So that's how that happened. Which brings me into another topic. Getting help from big YouTubers. Is it impossible? Obviously no. Foreign got onto PKA because of Wings. Is it hard? Probably. Probably pretty hard. You gotta get pretty lucky. But I get messages, I'm not gonna say every day, almost every day, every few days. People asking for dual comms, or people asking for shoutouts. And generally, I turn those people down. You know, especially like if you have a very small channel, if you have no subscribers, a shout out isn't going to be what you need. What you need is you need to build the foundation of your channel, let your channel grow some legs, because otherwise you're going to have subscribers and you're not going to know how to produce content for those subscribers. So I usually turn that down. When it comes to dual comms, you know, I'd be fine doing dual comms with pretty much anybody. The thing is, people come to you and they say, hey man, you want to do a dual comm? And I mean, sure, but you don't have an idea for a dual comm. You're much better off trying to get a dual comm with somebody, especially a channel larger than yours, if you go to them with an idea for a dual commentary. Kind of like asking a girl out on a date. You don't just go up to a girl and say, hey, do you want to go on a date? Because then she's going to be like, I mean, okay. You know, you have to go up to a girl and you have to have an idea for a date. You say, hey, what's up, girl? I'd like to take you out, maybe get, you know, a cup of coffee with one of those little biscottes or whatever the fuck they're called. And then she's like, ooh, that sounds like a great time. So that's what you have to do when you ask a big YouTuber out on a date for a dual comm. You say, hey, I'd really like to do a dual comm with you. I think that what we could talk about is we could talk about trucks, because that's, right now I'm thinking, like, if you were trying to get a dual comm with Wings of Redemption, the one obvious thing you would talk about would be trucks, because that's what he loves talking about. So that's what you gotta do. You don't just go up, you don't just ask, you don't just say, hey, I'd like to do a dual comm with you. Go to somebody with an idea for a dual comm. Make it a good idea that you think that they're going to want on their channel. Because generally, if you go to a big YouTuber, they're going to give you credit for any ideas that you give them, especially if it's good enough that they're going to want to post it on their channel, and they may be willing to do a dual com with you. It's completely feasible that they'll want to do that. If they don't want to and they steal your idea, then you can just bust out like I Fly Illini did, and you can make a hate video on them, and you can gain 52,000 subs, which is going to be better than that dual com would have been anyway. Speaking of channels getting subs, another friend of mine here on YouTube, Mr. Tony Stark 717, link down in the description probably not. I should probably forget to put it. So if you remind me in the comments, that'll be fantastic. He's about to hit 1,000 subs, and he wants to get there before his birthday, which is sometime early December. So what you should do, if you're not subscribed to him already, because he produces some very, very good content, go over to his channel, check his stuff out. If you like it, subscribe. If you don't like it and you don't plan on watching it, don't subscribe, because nobody wants inactive subs. It's kind of miserable, so don't do that. But I can pretty much guarantee that you'll like his content. He posts a nice variety of content, posts some Minecraft, a lot of Call of Duty. He's posting some Halo for a while, and I think he plans on posting some more. He posts a bunch of stuff. He used to post some Unreal Tournament. I don't know, a lot of stuff. Great channel, great guy. About to hit 1,000 subs. You should go over there and do that. Speaking of that, I kind of need to do something for his 1,000 sub video, which I will get to after this commentary. Man, it's really been a while since I've made one of these ramble videos. It's been a while. Today was one of the first days where I woke up and I was like, you know what, man? I want to record a fucking commentary today. And I was super stoked. Also happens to be that today was the one day where I was like, oh, look, I can't get that tag. Where I was like, oh, man, my file types are all fucked up and I can't use any of my footage. Bummer. So I had to figure that out. So I wasted a few hours because, well, mostly because I'm a procrastinator. That guy took a lot of shots to kill. Maybe my aim was bad. I don't know. But yeah, what was I talking about? Ramblings. I talked about Mr. Tony Stark. I talked about Foreign. I talked about being the hero of PKA. I talked about Foreign being on PKA. There was something else I wanted to talk about, but I don't really remember what it was. Oh yeah, that's right. So I made this video that a bunch of you have probably seen already. It is how to sound whore in Black Ops 2. It's a comparison between the different audio settings in the game. I would highly recommend that you check it out. The link will be down in the description, and I'll also post a it'll be in this little bumper here after the game footage ends, so you can go check it out there. I would highly recommend it, so you can make your own decisions and see how the different audio levels compare for footstep noises specifically for sound whoring. And I think you guys will enjoy it. The video needs a little bit more exposure, so if you could share it, that'd be wonderful. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening to my ramblings, because they get really long and obnoxious, and I know that. I love you guys. Keep it fresh.